Hey guys, this is Moose. I just wanted to make a video. I was trying to think of something to do for PoE, and I guess with the new Ascendancy like update that's coming, I figured I would make a video on all the old legacy items that have like since been updated on like the permanent leagues or whatever, and like what you guys should look out for. Because I actually almost sold a couple of them today. I had a pretty good shield that I almost sold for like half an exalted that I believe was worth like at least 1.5. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to make a video about like the old legacy affixes in PoE, the ones that you can't get anymore, whether it be um, implicits or like explicits. I'll try to cover like as many as I remember, and then I'll look them up to see what I missed. But before I start on that, I wanted to give you guys like a heads up. I just found out. I'll show you guys actually. I just found out yesterday that you can still get this Void Gate. Let's just find like a ship map. Where's like do I have a Fentest? No, do I have like desert? Of course not. I just like pick a random one. Zero's fine. Okay, so the Void Gate portal you get from spending Karma Coin in the... Okay, I just fucked up. I'm retarded. I forgot to activate it. I need one more map. Okay, so the Void Gate portal you get for spending any amount of Karma Coin in the store. You don't even have to spend it, you just have to activate it. I don't think you can do it in the game. I did it through the website. But yeah, anyways. You just buy $10, like a $10 card, you can get it from the store. Or you can get it from... I got it from like some website that was on Reddit. PC Gaming Supply or something. I don't know. Don't go there. I just find like a legit site and pick it up. $10. You get $10 store credit and you get this beast looking portal. And apparently it still works. I mean, I just got it today as of 12/4/15. So I don't know. Still works, but that portal just it looks so good. So good. I feel like it looks better than any of the new like supporter packs. It has like the nice little like air particle effects. It shakes. It's got like the nice little. They did like some weird looking symbols. Obviously I don't know what the language is, but it just looks good. $10 and it's all it costs compared to like 50 for the supporter packs. Not that they're not worth it, but definitely try to pick that up if you can before it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and like touch on some of these legacy items. So I was doing some like organizing of these today, and I can show you which mods of these items, and these are the ones I found, and I can show you sort of kind of how to search your inventory too, to like find these in the fastest way without having to go through every item. So just to like start with this one, and a lot of these are probably low eye level because back when I used to play a lot was around beta. I'm not sure if it was in beta or right after, but it was early, so I didn't really have like too much crazy shit. But like I think I had like a 4-link bow was like my best item on my ranger. Anyways, the legacy part of this item is the increased quantity of items found that cannot drop on, I believe, any rare anymore. Like they completely took it off rare. So that increased quantity of items found, if you have a rare, a ring, an amulet, gloves, no items can drop with that. And the same goes for the if I can find the item quantity gem. It's not under, it's in my gem section. Item quantity. Right there. This gem was available. You could like buy it from an NPC like way long time ago, and that's why I have these two, but they disabled it. So if you have these item quantity gems are worth like, I mean, on hardcore league I believe they're worth like 1 to 2 exalts just for a generic one. I mean, I haven't looked up the price in like a month or two, but they're up there. Just their legacy, you can't get them anymore. Anyways, same for these item quantity. To find all these items, by the way, I used acquisition. This is the wrong one that's set up for Dark Shrine. Let me get the hardcore one. So we're just going to use this item, Gale Hold. It got quantity, so let's just say we want to find all quantity items. We add a mod, type in quantity, and then boom, it just pops up all items. There's one on this character, and it's got 7% increased quantity. That's obviously legacy. And then the rest of these are just in my legacy tab, but it shows all the quantity items. And you can search by name. So let's say you know cured quivers. The 2 to 4 fire damage implicit was removed. They don't drop anymore. So if I want to go to acquisition and search for a cured quiver, both of these I know are legacy, just because of the implicit, just because of that 2 to 4 fire damage. And there's actually a list of these. There's cured quiver, heavy quiver, light quiver. I believe there might be 1 or 2 more at least. It's on the wiki, but you can find a list of all the old like quivers that don't drop anymore. And this quiver also, I want to point something out about it. It actually has both the implicit, which is legacy. It's a cured quiver, doesn't drop anymore, but it also has legacy global critical strike multiplier. I believe the highest it can roll now is 36%. This one is obviously by a little bit of simple math, 51% is definitely greater than 36. This is a legacy crit strike multiplier. I think implicits can roll slightly higher. I have some two-handed swords. These 40% on their implicit, but these aren't legacy. I think legacy is the only exception to that. Maybe on a few uniques, like I think face breakers have like some pretty crazy crit multi. But in general, like on a rare item, you can't like get better than I think 36% on one affix. And any of the stuff that like I'm telling you guys, I mean, if I'm wrong about something, feel free to like, you know, double check, like, you know, post a comment about it, because I mean, I just came back to this game a few months ago after taking like a huge break, like 2 years or something. So, I mean, I don't have like 100% accurate information. I'm just going by like wiki and what friends tell me. So, and just like what I've learned, I guess. So if I like give some wrong information, please by all means like say something, because I don't want to spread misinformation. So anyways, yeah, acquisition is definitely something that's good to pick up to like sort through some of these items to like find. If you find like a certain, you know, shield or a certain prefix, like this shield right here, the 24% to all elemental resistances implicit mod is the highest in the game, and that's a legacy. I think the highest that drops now is it's either 12 or 16. I want to say 12, but I don't think you can find higher than a 12% all resist. I think they halved all the old legacy all resist. Like this one is legacy. Now it's 4 instead of 8. Now this one's 8 instead of 16. But 24% as a guaranteed roll, all resist is like ridiculous. If you can like get your hands on like a good eye level base, like that's eye level 70, that's not even that bad. If you can find one that's like higher than this even, that would be like a ridiculous find. I mean, they would probably go for like 1 to like 3 exalts minimum. Just, I mean, that's for even like a decent eye level, not even like super high. But that's definitely something you want to keep an eye out for. Anyways, I'll go through some of these that I like skipped over. Item quantity on this ring, that's legacy, 100%. It doesn't even matter what percent is. All item quantity on rares these days is legacy. The 11% all resist is legacy, I believe. I think the highest prismatic rolls is 10%, and it used to go to 12, I want to say. So this, I mean, it's not like an amazing upgrade, but I mean, it's still legacy. I mean, item level 37, it won't really, can't really craft anything amazing with it, but it's just nice to have. This is, I believe this is a legacy crown of thorns. I think the new one hits like 90 energy shield or something. I guess they buffed it because this item was just absolutely fucking useless. Like, I mean, just look at the stats. It's like god awful. But like, even the reason I found out about this was some dude tried to buy it for 1 chaos, and he didn't even like when I linked it in chat or whatever, like I put it in the trade window, he like canceled the chat. He didn't even want the legacy like crown of thorns for 1 chaos. Like, I don't know. That shit was crazy. I was just like, wow, that's like how bad it is. People don't even want to buy the legacy for a chaos. I mean, he probably like Most people would probably get it just because it's legacy, but it's that shitty. I already told you this one is the critical strike multiplier, caps out at 36% on a regular affix roll. So like not an implicit, I guess an explicit, and it's like you can still, if you're searching on PoE.trade, you can like search for what are those? Whenever they search for like all the stats combined. It's not implicit, it's not explicit, it's well anyways, if you search for like 50 or 60%, you can actually get some items that have like multiple crit strike or critical multiplier like rolls, and they just add them together. So make sure you're not make sure you're searching for like individual stats, not the that word. It's like a green text. It's near the top of the list. You'll see it on the affixes. I'll think of the word in a minute. Like I said before, the 8% all resists. There's a big list of all the shields. They have their own like personal LE resist. This one's 4, like the new shield, the new kite shield, the new plank kite shield, I guess, is 4% all resist implicit. Like I said before, this one is 24% legacy. The new one is 12% all resist on the implicit. Also, shields, used to be able to roll some crazy energy shield. It was like 136 or something. It was up there though, but that's an implicit, or an implicit. That's a legacy affix too. If it's got like 136-ish or more, I think it's legacy. I'm like remembering this stuff from earlier, so like I'll probably be a little bit off with like some of the numbers. Like I don't know if the 136 is right on, but yeah, the 16% on this is definitely legacy. It's 8 now, so. And like all these, like I said, if you can get one that's like a good eye level, it's like a great crafting base. Let's see, so it's not the crit strike chance, or is it? Oh yeah, it's just the 1 to 4 physical attack damage. The heavy quivers do not drop anymore. And you can kind of tell too, because the item art on these kind of sucks. If you look at like the new quivers, they actually look kind of decent. I was looking at them today and like, well, except that one. That one looks god awful too. But yeah, like in general, I think they like upgraded a lot of them. I think that might maybe be legacy. I don't remember if cured quiver is. Let's go back here and look. Cured quiver. Yep, it's legacy. So I need to actually pull that out. Not that any of these items are particularly great or anything, but I mean, just want to keep them just because. I mean, may as well. Anyways, I'm gonna resort this a little bit real quick. We'll just put that there. Okay. So all of these quivers, the base on this 31 dex doesn't drop anymore, and I'm trying to see if any other affixes. I don't think any of those are legacy besides the 31 dex. The 1 to 4 fizz on this one is legacy. I don't think anything else is. The 31 dex on this one. Alright. Well, anyways, moving on to the boots. This has quantity. Quantity's automatic legacy on a rare. So it's definitely a legacy. Quantity. 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 I'm taking like a little bit of a pause on each of these because I do want to check and see if they have like any other like crazy mods. On these belts actually used to be god awful, and they actually buffed them. Like rarely do you see items that are like heavily buffed, but these rustic sashes can roll, I want to say 15, 16% fizz damage, maybe even 20. It's up there though. It's definitely 15 to 20-ish. But they used to be like 3, 4, 5. Like these are god awful. But the legacy stat on these is the implicit. It rolls very low fizz percent damage. If you have belts that like roll in like the single percents like this, then I mean they're legacy. They're bad legacies, but they're still legacy. The Rapture Locket Onyx Amulet, the 17 all attributes implicit is legacy by 1 stat. I think these days they only go up to 16. And so the legacy would be plus 17 to plus 20 to all attributes. So, I mean, it's not like an amazing legacy or anything. I mean, the item level's decent. I could probably like craft something okay with that, but in general, I mean, it's already got like some decent mods, not anything amazing. But yeah, the plus 17 is legacy. Plus 20, dead giveaway here. Like plus 20, like with high item levels, go for a lot these days. That one's I-39, so it's kind of shitty, but whatever. 11% all resist, legacy. And then quantity on this ring, and like a lot of these items are just shitty, but whatever. They're nice to like have, I guess. And I'm trying to think. There's also a big list of uniques that the names got changed. So definitely go through and see if you like if you have acquisition, you can just like do a search for the name, just like right there. So if you like want to check and the unique used to be called this, search for it. You can also another tip is to like enable MTX to see if you have any microtransactions like laying around, and alt art too is kind of nice. Like you can see if you have any alt art items you didn't even know about. And acquisition is just really nice for locating stuff in your tabs to begin with. Like if you're selling something and you don't know which tab it's in, you can just type it in. It shows you the name and like the number of the tab, so it's really nice to have. But what else? There's like a big list of like legendary. Wow, this isn't fucking Borderlands. Unique changes that have obviously changed, and like if you don't know what all those are, you could try looking those up. This was mainly just for the rares because those are less known. Obviously, they each have their own like unique names, so it's harder to find, legacy rares. But I feel like I touched on all the major like the biggest list of changes were the shields, because there were like 6 or 7 or 8 shields that they revamped all the LA resist on. And the quivers, they did like a lot of revamping to. The rest of it's just pretty much item quantity, like a couple belts. I mean, nothing major. I think the all attributes and the prismatic, and I think like a couple other stats. But hopefully, at least this will like point you guys in the right direction. Like I almost sold. I don't remember even what. Oh, it was the shield. And that base would be like really nice for like it's a good, or it's not good, it's a decent shield as it sits. Like it's not anything amazing. I wouldn't mirror it or anything, but for just like leveling or whatever, it's fine. But that crafting base to just automatically get that 24% is huge. If I wanted to just scour this and like mess around with it, it's definitely possible. So like if you have any items like that sitting around, like hopefully this will help you find them, and you won't lose a ton of money in a trade like I always did. So if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever you'd like want to point out, anything I missed, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you want to see like some other type of video, I have trouble coming up with PoE videos. Like everyone does builds and stuff, so if you want to see something like in particular that I might be able to do, just send me a message, leave a comment, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.